I'm out looking for chimps, I like to make sure I have my best Project Chimp swag with me. Whether it's the soft-sided knuckle-down cooler, or the backpack with removable fanny pack, or even our Project Chimp's umbrella when it might be a little rainy. Come by our gift shop and check out these and all of our wonderful outdoor and indoor items. We'll see you there.
Welcome into Bingo, everybody. We're under construction a little bit. Jolene's going to tell you all about that. Jolene Goodall joins us now. Jolene, how are you?
Jeremy, it's nice to have you on. I guess Holly's not available this month, is she?
I'm the pinch hitter tonight. I apologize for my performance already.
That's wonderful. Yes. Well, that's kind of appropriate, isn't it? Because it is time for us to remodel here at Go Ape Bingo. We've had so many wonderful fans for so long, and we're not going away. But some of you may have noticed that sometimes the bingo game doesn't play quite like it used to. We discovered that our bingo supporter, our company that runs the bingo, they've disappeared. Yes, they're gone. So currently you can still play bingo, but we don't know for how much longer. So we're going to do a little remodeling. We're going to come back. We will have bingo or maybe trivia, maybe hide and seek. Who knows? We'll come up with something, but we'll be back for our regular meets every month to talk about what's going on at Chimps, see some chimp birthdays and some chimp videos, and just generally have a chat with a new guest and find out what's going on. So don't panic. We are going to have a month or two off while we figure it out, but we will be back in whatever format it might be. So watch for all of that. And we're glad to have you all here this month for bingo once more. Now, Jeremy, I loved that commercial you played. Oh, and I love the chimp having some watermelon. That was lovely. It's very appropriate since we're finally getting into spring, I think. And there might be some rainy days that you need a chimp's umbrella. Yes.
Might be. And we're going to see that video a little bit later as well, because that was a false start by the pinch hitter. Right?
Oh, was it? Oh, that's okay. We never mind seeing extra chimp videos. That's always lovely. That's always great. But the spring season is also a great time to visit the sanctuary, isn't it?
It very much is. We got a lot going on. You know, Chimps Rock is this weekend. We've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yes. So Chimps Rock will be this weekend, and that's when we're inviting all those kids to come and paint a rock. Yes. By the way, Jeremy just popped it up there on the screen, but remember to keep up with all the wonderful events we have anytime. Just check us out on our website. You can find events very easily, or just go straight to that page there. And Chimps Rock is this weekend. So come, paint a rock, do a tour. You know, every child entry gets one free adult to come with them. So that's fabulous.
You know, what's interesting, Jolene, is this weekend for the Chimps Rock event especially is the cheapest way and most affordable way to see the sanctuary. So if you are local to the Blue Ridge area, or even in Georgia or Chattanooga or South North Carolina, doesn't work. You know what I mean? Then
yes.
You want to come down and see the sanctuary, instead of paying the full private tour price, you can come take advantage of weekends like this. You can come down and pay $10 per kid. One adult is free per child, and it's $35 only additional per adult. So it's actually the most affordable way for families to get out here and tour the sanctuary.
It absolutely is. And don't worry about that, Jeremy. When I first moved to the States, I couldn't identify all of them either. So no problem there. But yes, absolutely. It's just a great way to visit. Now, I like the private tours with the lunch lounge, but that can be a little pricey sometimes. So our Chimps Rock event, our Discovery Days, which is coming up next month, they're great and inexpensive ways to come get a tour and see what it's all about. Now, oh, yes. Look, there you are. There's a nice group enjoying all the chimps. Oh, it's fabulous. Oh, yes. So it's really nice to see what's going on here. A Project Chimp. Oh, look at those volunteers helping with the tours. It's fabulous. Yes. So definitely come out for those. And they do sell out sometimes. So don't wait till the very last minute. But if you did, check it out, because quite often we can fit you in anyway. Okay.
And another person we want to check out is Ima Banana.
I'm a banana.
Co-hosting with you today.
How are you doing today, Ima?
So if you go to Chimps Rock, you can get a pet rock to take home.
That's right.
Which, if you had bought one in the 70s, would be worth like $1 million today.
Yeah, or at least $8.95. Yes.
And you don't have to take it outside.
No.
And you don't have to feed or water it.
No. Oh, look, somebody's painting one right there.
Those look like fish.
Yes, I think
Somebody
so.
wanted fish.
I think so. Yes.
I believe
I
that
think
red
somebody.
one. That's a chimpanzee walking. The red one, I believe, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is
Yeah.
a knuckle down chimp. Yes, it
Yes.
is. Oh, wow. You're very good at hieroglyphics. Very well done. Well, we can talk. Excuse me. I hope you all have your water and or special waters available for our.
Maybe I'm a and I should vamp for you, Jolene, while you catch your breath over there.
Well, if you have to, don't worry. But maybe it is time to go into bingo because we can talk more about all those wonderful opportunities a little bit later. And we do have a very special guest coming up. So stay tuned to meet our special guest, Adam. We'll learn more about him later. But let's remind all of you who may have already had too many before we got started today of how to play bingo, because it is a little difficult, I know. So we're going to play bingo. You've got your card there if you came in through Go Ape Social Bingo. Now you've got 3 different cards there, so make sure you tab back and forth, and then you can press down for anyone. Okay, so every time Iba Madana reads you a ball, you'll get to mark it on there. You also get the free space in the middle. That's automatic. And then, of course, once you've filled out an entire line, now that's down, side to side, or diagonally, then you hit the I have bingo. That's the button right there in the corner. Now, the machine knows, well, we told you it's getting glitchy, so maybe it'll forget. But once you have one of those 5 in a row, you hit that I have bingo, and the machine knows that you really do have it. It will let Ima know, and she'll tell us who the winner is. So that's what we're up to. We're going to play bingo. Don't forget to hit those little green buttons at the bottom. That's how you donate to Project Chimps, and that's very, very important. Now, Jeremy's going to pop up our first prize for our first game. Let's find out what our first prize is. There it is. It is the special pack of swag items. You get the window cling. You can see it there in reverse because it goes on a window and it looks better from the other side. Then you get the decal and you also get the magnet. Yeah, that's quite the pack, isn't it?
Jeremy, and I have gotten more comments and questions about the magnet on my car than you can possibly imagine, which I love. That's the whole point of having the magnet, being able to publicize and raise awareness of the sanctuary and the 95 chimps that live in the Blue Ridge Mountains. So I'm proud to have those.
Can you guys tell that Jeremy is our marketing director?
No, not at all.
It's true. Yes,
because I would say this anyway.
That's more of you to come to Project Chimps, or at least send us your money, and that's why we do this. So that's perfect. Okay, well that's our prize pack. Ima, why don't you just go ahead? Oh no, not yet, not that one yet. No. So Ima, why don't you go ahead and give them the first couple of balls so they can get started? What do you got for us?
So if the machines take over,
yes,
what's going to happen to bingo? I mean, is it like?
Well, I assume there'll be a lot more bingo. I mean, it might be who wins bingo to survive, but I still think there'll be bingo. Yeah. I mean, machines like bingo, I assume. What's their first ball, Ima?
Your first ball is I-19.
I-19? Well, that's a good one. I-19. I-19.
Your next ball is I-30.
I-30. Well, I understand the question because I'm very confused about the machines a lot. I get all kinds of weird things. And I have to tell you, Ima, if you get an email about canned meat, don't open it. It's spam. Oh. Yes. Oh. Okay. Wow. That's painful. You better give them another ball.
Your next ball is I-21. I-21.
I-21. Yes, I was trying to create a new account recently on one of these website things, and it kept saying, your password is weak. And I thought, well, so is my memory. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Okay, well, let's give them one more, and then we're going to get started on some chimp facts.
Your next ball is N36.
N36. And Jeremy's got a little trivia question there for you, so don't forget to give us your responses, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's time to talk about our first chimp. And our first chimp today is Gracie. Yay, Gracie. There she is. Isn't she lovely? That's Miss Gracie. She's just a sweetheart. She's a remarkably independent and she's very clever. Yes. And she loves keeping her caregivers on their toes. Everyone runs when it's chimp time, according to Gracie. Yes. So people and chimps alike run on Gracie time. So recently, Gracie has become quite the influential member in her group, too. And that's probably why they're all on Gracie time, I think. Now, whether she's grooming the other females in her group or she's forming new friendships with some of the males, she sometimes is also putting the wildest boys back in their place. You know, they can get a little crazy. Gracie won't have it. She's grown a lot in confidence over the last few years. Yes. Now, oh, see, there was Gracie, and she was enjoying that wonderful watermelon cocktail. Now, Gracie, I don't know about you, but I don't particularly enjoy the rind. I kind of got the impression she was just checking to make sure she hadn't missed anything. Yeah. Now, Gracie's birthday was actually on the 1st. Yes, April 1st. Yes, exactly. And Gracie is now 18 years old, so she's not too terribly old yet. No, not too terribly old. Now, she didn't come to us until 2016, which means she has been with us for a little while now, one of our earlier chimps. Most importantly, since it was her birthday, I just want to remind you that what Gracie really enjoys is juice. Yes, she does. She enjoys her juice. So don't forget to send juice. You can find it on our wish list, or if you live nearby, you can always drop it by the cabin. Just make sure that when you drop it by the cabin, you don't give us anything with lots of sugar added. It's not good for them. Use the non-sugar added ones. Yes, April 1st was also April Fool's Day. Did you guys all see the April Fool's joke? Yes, we played it on you. It was Gracie's birthday, and we let you know about our new chimp record, The Pantoots. Yes, it was their first studio album. Yeah, well, we didn't really produce an album, but if you, oh dear,
no.
Here I go again.
You need some more balls?
Yes, why don't we have a couple more balls while I choke?
So, Mandy, do you prefer Terminator 1 or Terminator 2? Is the question.
Oh, that's a good question. Yes.
Your next ball is 71.
71. 71.
And your next ball is B13.
B13. So we released the Pantoots album, but it wasn't a real album. But if you did donate to our campaign, you did get a magnet of the album cover. So if you haven't gotten that yet, it's not too late. Go ahead to projectchimps.org/donate. You can let us know you'd like that magnet. Just donate $20 or more, and you'll get that wonderful, beautiful album cover. You know, some of you remember album covers like I do. Now, some of you are just streaming, so you don't know what we're talking about. They used to come with the lyrics and all. Now, I wonder what that lyrics page would have looked like for that particular album. Yes.
A lot of O's and H's.
A lot of O's and H's. Yeah. Yes. Yes, that's how a chimp laughs. Okay, well, let's give him another ball because we've confused the heck out of him.
Your next ball is 62.
62. 62.
Your next ball is G50.
G50. Okay, well, yes, Mandy, we prefer Terminator 2 as well. Yes, I agree. Yes. The first one was lovely, but 2 really had its act together. So if other people have opinions about, the machines taking over, just let us know.
What was the one with 5 is Alive?
5 is Alive.
It was like a Disney one. 5.
I don't know that one. Oh, I think I'm a banana is slipping a little bit.
It was the computer who was on the run.
A computer who was on the run.
It had like Short Circuit.
Short Circuit. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Mandy. Okay. Don't forget, if you aren't, see, Jeremy got it too. Well done. Don't forget, guys, if you're not commenting, you can join us either through Facebook or through our YouTube channel. Follow us on all the socials all the time at Project Chimps. And if you're not already playing bingo with us, it's not too late. You can go to Go Ape Social at socialbingo.com. So try that out. It may be your last chance, at least at that address. Okay. So let's move on. Let's give him one more ball, and then we'll move on to our next chimp.
Your next ball is I-28.
I-28. 28. Okay, well, our next chimp is Rusty. It was Rusty's birthday this month, too. Well, it will be. There's Mr. Rusty. Look at those eyes. Yes, yes, he's staring you down. So Rusty's birthday is on the 25th. Plenty of time to go shopping. Now, what Rusty really enjoys is beet juice. So he's a juicer too, but he particularly likes the beet juice from our wish list. Don't be afraid to pick out our wish list. Pick out things from there. It helps the caregivers. It's stuff the chimps really enjoy, and it's already been curated for you, so you don't have to do too much shopping and thinking. You know how it is. And our chimps have such a hard time returning gifts that they don't like. Yeah, they don't get out much. Now, Rusty's easily to identify by his large head and hands. I think you can get an idea even from that picture about all of that. So that's our Rusty. Let's give him another ball, shall we?
Your next ball is B1.
B1. B1.
Give another one.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's give him another one.
Your next ball is B10.
B10. Now, Rusty is a chimp that's more concerned about simple things in life. When his group is having a disagreement, roaming the habitat, Rusty can usually be found somewhere out of the way. He's usually inside taking a nap, actually. Yeah, Rusty likes to nap.
And he likes world peace.
He does like world peace, and he likes just contemplating things as he stares at the caregiver's boots. They catch him doing that all the time. He likes to play a little peekaboo. Maybe that's why we should do hide and seek as our next games. Yeah.
So if you look him directly in the eyes, will you turn to stone?
No, that is Medusa.
Oh.
I know, Rusty, Medusa. It's so close. Yeah. There he is again. Those eyes. I do believe that's what we call beady eyes, but still, they're adorable. They're adorable. Now, Rusty, he loves hanging back in the bedrooms and playing with Roxy. Roxy's a good friend of his. Luke also, Roxy and Luke, and he will get together on rainy days. When the rest of the group is hanging out on the porch, sometimes they're inside. Rusty also is very vocal and expressive about his wants, and he lets out what's known to the caregivers as the Rusty Roar. So, Jeremy, you hear that? We might have to put Rusty on the next album. Yeah. That's true. The Panhoots Volume 2, yes. Yes. Or maybe they'll release a Christmas album, Yeah. They could do a cover of All I Want for Christmas is Pooh. Yeah. Yes, I think so. The Panhoots featuring Rusty. I think it's a good idea. You know how you have to have a special guest star these days to make it in the streaming industry. Yeah. All right, let's give him another one.
You could get Cardi Banana.
Cardi Banana, yeah. Cardi B Nana, right?
B-nana.
Is she related?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. I thought maybe she was like a niece or something.
Your next ball is N31.
N31. N31.
Well, I did try to get to her house one time.
Cardi B's house?
Yes, Cardi Bananas.
Okay.
But they blocked me at the gate.
I can understand. I would block you at the gate if I could get there fast enough. But you keep coming in the back door, so.
No. Your next ball is N37.
N37. N37. Very good. Okay. How's everybody doing? Anybody getting close on the game? You doing all right there? Well, that's fine. Keep it up. Give them one more, and then we're going to talk about Miss Sophia.
Your next ball is I-20.
I-20.
The robot from Lost in Space.
Oh, yes. Did he have a name beside Robot?
I don't think he did.
I mean, yeah.
They
He was
called
just
him
the most
Robot.
flamboyant robot I've ever met. Yeah. Danger Will Robinson. Yes, indeed. I think he was just Robot. Okay. Well, so Sophia is also having a birthday this month. There she is. Oh, so delicate and lovely compared to Mr. Rusty. Oh, she's a cutie. So there's our Sophia. Her birthday was on the 2nd, just the day after Gracie's. There she is. Now, Sophia arrived at 2018 at Project Chimp. So she's been with us 6 years now. She's settling down. And her growing confidence is really noticeable. In fact, I did see Sophia recently when I was up there. She likes to share her chow with her group mate, Tiffany. Now, when I say share, Ima, I don't know always how willingly that is. I think Tiffany just says, hey, I'd like some. And Sophia knows better than to say no. Yeah, so they like to share. Now, Sophia still likes to make little wood wool babies. Yes, she takes her bedding materials and makes her own little babies, and she can be found holding or nestling with one of those on a large pile of the wood wool. Yeah, she can often. Well, so you could see Sophia there removing her veil after her recent wedding. Yes. Oh no, not really. She was just helping out with another wedding. I think always a bridesmaid. Sophia.
Aw.
Yes. Now that was Miss Sophia. Now you'll never guess what Sophia likes for her birthday. I got a hint for you. It's not hard to figure out after our last two. She's a juicer. Yeah, she likes some nice vegetable juice herself. Yeah. Now, many of our chimps, while they do enjoy some of the fruitier juices, chimps are not used to so much sugar. So they like stuff that's a little sweet, but not too sweet. Yes. In fact, Ima, did you know that bananas aren't necessarily the most favorite choice for a chimp when they're looking for something? No, no. Do you know what is often the more enjoyable choice for a chimp?
Don't they like onions?
That's correct. Yes, our chimps really like an onion. Yes. Isn't that crazy? Just chewing on a raw onion. Well, I mean,
Do they want it caramelized at least?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think really what it is, yes. Oh, look at that. Some chimps will spit out juice not made by their yes, they're brand loyal. They are. Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought it said banned at first.
No brand. Yes. Yes. Who doesn't like a little Green Day juice? Yes. Oh, it's lovely. Okay, well, we've been silly enough. Let's give them a couple more balls.
Your next ball is N43.
N43. N43.
Your
Okay.
next ball is O67.
Oh, 67. Oh, 6. So I noticed Dan mentioned that he fell for our April Fool's joke. Dan, does that mean that you got one of our Panthood album covers?
Oh.
Yes.
And he also said B9 on the robot.
He did say B9. I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, while Dan's contemplating that, let me just mention one last thing about Sophia. She's very patient and polite with her other chimp mates. Yes, she is. So we could all learn a thing or two from that young girl. She is a younger girl in the sanctuary, so it's understandable that she might still be using her best manners so that she's well accepted. She'll usually wait until everyone else gets their food before getting her own. So now she steps forward, though, even when some of the older males are in the way. She's not that shy, right? Okay, let's give him a couple more balls.
Your next ball is G51.
G51. G51. Very nice.
Next ball is B4.
B4. B4. We told him about it. Dan actually thought that it was a real album. Well, they say chimps are pretty smart. Smarter than Dan, apparently. Okay. Well, I'm glad you did donate, Dan. I'm glad you were a part of that fun that we had at April Fool's Day. I really do love the album cover myself. I think it's adorable. And we have to thank one of our wonderful caregivers for that. Yes. Yes, Alan, our caregiver was one of the ones that was working with that group. And Sammy Galvin posted that picture that you see on the album cover. And Alan said, wow, that really looks like an album cover. And that's how it all started. Yes, yes. And Sophia is adorable. Yep. All right. So let's give him one more, and then I want to talk about somebody else. Somebody like you.
Next ball is B12.
B12. B12. Yes. So let's move on to Miss Genesis. Miss Genesis. Oh, you know why Miss Genesis is so important? She was last year's most improved chimp. Most improved. Yes. Hi, Genesis. Look how adorable. Oh, what a face. A face anyone could love. Oh, now she was the most improved according to the caregivers. And I'm not sure what that means, but I have a theory that because Genesis was very introverted, her caregivers are just proud of her being more confident around. Now, that's not an unusual story with some of our chimps. When they first come to us at Project Chimps, they can be a little nervous. Yeah, they don't know how well they're going to do there. They're not good with pop quizzes, so they're a little nervous. Yes. But once they've been with us for a while and realize how relaxing it is and how nice it is to be out in the habitat, they really do settle down and have a good life. Oh, yes. So there you saw Miss Genesis. Yes. Checking her watch to make sure she had plenty of nap time. Yeah. Little shy for the camera, had to cover her face. But then she just got that wonderful nap in the sunlight. So lovely. So lovely. You know, our girls often like to nap. Sometimes if it's habitat day, they'll go outside on one of the platforms and just nap in the sun. Just nap in the sun. Yes. Yes. It's wonderful. Yes.
Well, yeah. I tried taking a nap at the park, but they kept poking me with a stick.
Yeah, well, I think they were just trying to put you on a stick and dip you in chocolate, you know? Yes. Chocolate covered banana.
But you got to put it in the fridge first. The freezer.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
It's got to come out cold.
Well, if you've been sitting out in the park this winter, that wouldn't have been a problem. No. Okay, well, let's get a couple more balls for these folks.
Your next ball is I-23.
I-23. Yes.
One more?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Your next ball is O70.
O70. Very nice. Okay, well, let's get back to Genesis. I want to tell you a little bit more about her. I'll bet you can't guess what she wants for her birthday.
Peanuts.
Nope. She would like a roll of craft paper. I'm not kidding. Yeah, apparently she likes to use the craft paper for bedding. Yeah, she likes to crumple it up and just enjoy it. It's available on our wish list. Either that or she might be making some really crafty items. We'll see. So Miss Genesis would like that. Her birthday was actually on the 4th, but don't worry. She hasn't used the craft paper to make a calendar, so she's not sure exactly when her birthday was. So if you send her something now, she would still love it. Oh, apparently. Well, somebody claims they have bingo, but it's not showing up on ours. Yeah. So, Dan, you might want to press that button again because we're not buying it. No, we're not buying it. Either that or Elise has tried to throw you off your game. Melissa, excuse me. No. Okay, so Miss Genesis.
That could be our problem with our system.
It might be. It might be. So let us know. So Miss Genesis, as you saw, does like to sun herself, and she doesn't always go out in the habitat. Sometimes she just gets in the tunnel towards the habitat and gets some nice sun there and really enjoys that quite a lot. So we love that. We love that. Yes. And you are so right. That is a wonderful thing to say. When we look in their eyes, they have a lot to tell us. It's true. Right. It's true.
He definitely has it.
Oh, okay, Dan. Well, keep pressing that button. Make sure you're on the right sheet, and let's see. We will try and verify that for you, too. Maybe, Dan, you can... Why don't you go ahead and put the numbers in the comments so we can verify that for you, okay? Go ahead and do that, and I'll just finish up about Genesis. Now, when she first arrived, as I mentioned, she was quite introverted, and she seemed to prefer spending most of her time alone. Now, she's made a lot more progress in the last few years. And she is really a good nest maker now. Napping is still the high importance to her. Then she likes to collect big blankets and the wood wool we mentioned to create giant comfy beds. Yes. And she also uses the paper for that. Sometimes she just likes to chew on that paper, though. She really enjoys it. Okay. So that's Genesis. She came to us. She was one of our early chimps. She's been with us since 2016. Yeah. So she's really gotten much, much better at it. Okay. Well, I'm going to take another sip of cocktail. And Dan, we're going to check your numbers for you. Yeah, I'm verifying those numbers for you. And if that's the case, don't worry. We'll get you that.
I see. Free space.
Ding, ding, ding. Free. Did you call free space?
Free space.
I don't remember calling free space.
Oh, we got a bingo.
We do have a bingo. We confirmed Dan does have a bingo. Good job, Dan. No problem. Do please, since it didn't come through on the system, do please make sure you email us at events so we can verify that we still have your address. I do believe you won in the past, so that might be cheating. But nonetheless, we need to make sure we have your address so we can get that out to you. Yay, good job, Dan, and good job everybody else who was working on that. I think actually you have it right there. Yeah. So Dan, remember, email us at events@projectchimps.org, and we'll verify that we get that swag out to you. Now, Alyssa says that the rules say she gets the swag. I don't know that that's true. It certainly is not listed in our rules. We'll leave that up to you two to determine. Yes, well done. She better not win the second game like you guys did a couple months ago. Yeah, that's not fair. Yeah. We are working on autographed photos. Dan, you had mentioned that before. We think it's a wonderful idea. We're working on that. We'll make sure you get one of those. Maybe it'll be on the next album cover. You never know. Okay. Well, thank you all. We have a winner. Let's hear it for our winner. Oh, yay. And let's bring Mr. Jeremy back now that we've finished our first game. Woo. Hello. Oh, it's getting darker with where Mr. Jeremy is. Oh, yes, he's there at Project Chimps, I can tell. Oh, hello.
That I am. I am sitting in the cabin right now getting prepared for Chimps Rock this weekend. So
yes, we do have that event. And Jeremy's going to make sure you all have a great time when you come out there. So don't miss out on it, okay? Now, Jeremy, I understand we had a very special couple of visitors just a little while ago, just like a month ago, and you have a little something about them that you were going to share with us. Is that
well? We did have some special visitors for sure, Jolene. Thank you for tossing that to me. I hope that this works because we're gonna find out if it does.
Well, while he's prepping that video, I'll just mention I did get to meet our special. Oh, here they come! Here they come!
My name is Rob Demlow, and I'm from Fishers, Indiana.
And I'm Scott Carr, just south of Fishers in McCordsville, Indiana.
Brotherhood Designs, we're two firemen from Fishers, Indiana in Hamilton County, and we are full-time firemen, and we, in a side job that we do, we make American flags out of retired fire hose.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, it's beautiful.
We found that there's a need for the used material that we can't actually use in our flags, and we found that there are sanctuaries around us in Indiana as well as here that we can basically have material that we can't use and that they can actually use. So Project Chimps is one of those, and we are just excited to be here and actually be able to give the material that we can't use in our production. So
yes.
I mean, it all started just kind of on a whim. Rob and I around the firehouse on downtime. We try to do station projects, like we've painted a couple like station murals on the walls. We're one of the dive houses one of the two dive houses in Fishers. So we've done our dive logo on the wall, and then we actually saw a section of hose laying on the ground that was bad. I don't know if it got burned up in a fire or what the deal was, but it was essentially going in the trash. And we decided to, hey, let's take on another project, and we came up with making an American flag out of it. So we talked to our station captain, and he was all for it, and that's kind of how we started.
We have a good presence in Nashville, Tennessee, and we decided to come to Project Chimps because it's not too much farther from Nashville to here. And
not too
we
much.
did some business yesterday in Nashville with some of our flags, and we also felt like coming down here would be a great opportunity to network and to get to know some people and the good things that are going on here. I had a good time. It was fun. I enjoy the way that they act, the fact that they're using the fire hose in the enrichment. For me, it's fun to see them interact with the people that are going on the tours and things like that. It's just fun to see.
Yeah.
The chimpanzee is my favorite animal, yes.
It was almost more fun for me coming to see his reaction of getting to see and interact with the chimpanzees because of how much he loves them. It's entertaining.
Our expectation is to keep growing with this. Our hope is to always be able to give you guys at Project Chimps the hose that you need, and then in turn we're getting fire hose from different areas of the country. So this is good for us and good for and Project Chimps.
And the last thing we want to do is throw any of the hose away. When we started doing this, we just, we formed our company 2 years ago, and from the moment we started separating the outer jacket from the inner, we've had bags on bags of the inner jacket in our storage that we haven't used or that we can't use and that we haven't thrown away, because that's what we're trying to do, is eliminate stuff going into the landfill. So partnering with Project Chimps and zoos and other, feline rescues is great for us.
Yeah, we found in Indiana alone, we have approximately 1,700 fire trucks. And we estimate that during the year, there's about 450,000 pounds of estimated waste that's potential to go into the landfill. And we feel like we can do a little bit better than that, so with our industry. It sounds like the hose that was actually inside of the habitat has already been used. They're going to replace that with hose that we've brought down. And then what we're planning on doing is taking that, cleaning it, processing it a little bit more for our use, and actually making the flags that will be located here. And hopefully there will be some I'd say potential money made out of that with some fundraisers and things like that here. So.
Woo! Oh boy. Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, so that sounds like that's perfect, because then, our chimps that are practicing to be amateur firemen can use the used hose to figure it out, right? Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be good.
Well,
so, yes.
And if you go to Nashville,
yes,
you can see a couple of their pieces in some of the bars in Nashville. They've got some up in the bars there, so you can see their work.
Yes,
so it's a lot.
Yes. Well, that's just so lovely. So yes. So you guys will have to keep an eye out, because eventually we'll have one of their amazing flags at Chimps, and there will be an opportunity. I think we're having maybe a raffle so that somebody could win that amazing piece of art. It will be made out of fire hose that was part of Project Chimps for the chimps to use. Yes. Yeah. And we just love that we can partner with Brotherhood Designs, and they can have the portions that they need to make those beautiful art pieces, and we fire hose would otherwise go to waste to create wonderful opportunities for the chimps to have naps on, to climb on, to get their special enrichment out of, stuff like that. So that's just a great partnership. I'm so happy we met them. Jeremy, what do you think about all that?
I think I think it's a great idea. I just wanted to do the head thing to the window. I just wanted to do that.
The other way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I ruined it. Oh, sorry about that. Right. I looked away from you. I apologize. Yeah, no offense. No, I was going to say,
you could not be on Brady Bunch. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of businesses that always are looking for some dramatic, simple but dramatic piece for their office building or for their lobby or whatever the case is. Think of what it would mean not only to the customers and to your business and to your employees and all those things to purchase one of these things from us when we eventually get it from them, right? And that piece of art, but also the fact that it's supporting Chimps and them and the fire. I mean, it's so awesome. So
absolutely love it. Yes. So keep your eyes open on our website. Once we get to the point of getting one of those from them, we'll announce the promotions that we're doing, and you'll be able to get it. And in the meantime, just keep buying our albums. Yeah, that's the way to go. Okay. Well, Jeremy, I think without further ado, we need to introduce our special guest. Yes. We have somebody here for you to meet. Jeremy, would you like to? Oh no, here he comes. Adam. Hello, Adam. Hello. So everybody, here's Adam Payne. Adam, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm Adam Payne. I'm the new shelter director over at Mountain Shelter Humane Society in Blairsville, Georgia. And I've been over there since November of last year. And it's a pleasure to be on here tonight.
Oh, nice. Mountain Shelter Humane. I'm not as familiar with them. And I was under the impression you were with a different one. Where I thought you were with Cast Off Rescue.
Yes, that's correct. Up until about November, I was with Cast Off Pet Rescue as their operations manager. and we were working on construction project. I'm very excited for them. They're about to be opening their new facility in Blairsville, about 4 miles past Walmart, headed towards the sanctuary over there. So very excited to see them. They're going to have an 8-acre, just very nice facility for the animals. And at Mountain Shelter, we're getting ready to also do some expansion. We'll be doing some construction soon because the needs, unfortunately, are just constantly increasing. We're getting a lot of calls, so we want to help as much as we possibly can.
Well, so then you're just helping animals all over the place then, aren't you?
Oh, definitely trying to. It's really nice. It's never thought I'd get to actually do what I love for a living, but now I've gotten that opportunity, and it's opened a lot of doors, and it made me able to come to the sanctuary several times, and I just appreciate that opportunity because it is so beautiful there.
Wonderful. What made you decide that you wanted to be in animal care and animal activism?
I've just always really, really loved animals. And then most recently, I was at Goodwill of North Georgia for 9 years and working for corporate over there, just learning the ins and outs of the nonprofit industry and just the retail side of it more so. And then once I got an opportunity to move to this area, to Young Harris, I started looking around and realized there wasn't a lot around here that really struck me as something that I could be passionate about and just really want to apply myself to. And so I was still working in Atlanta, but I started volunteering at Cast Off Pet Rescue at that point because I just wanted to get some time with animals. So I said, this will be good for my soul on Mondays, and then I'll work the rest of the week and balance it. And then they were so generous to offer me a position over there where I was able to grow a lot and learn a lot about just the wild world of animal rescue. And so I'm very grateful for that and very grateful to be here now.
Well, that sounds lovely. Now, I know that over at Cast Off, they had a lot of volunteers helping, just like we do at Project Chimps. In fact, that's how I learned about you. Now, does Mountain Shelter Humane use a lot of volunteers as well?
Very glad you mentioned that. I've actually been pioneering a new volunteer program for us over there. So it's kind of one of those things that we really needed to revitalize our process with it to make it more engaging. We had an amazing month last month. A bunch of student athletes from Young Harris College came over. I believe it was 52 athletes throughout the day came and volunteered. And it was incredible the amount of stuff we were able to get done that day. We had a local gravel company donated a whole dump truck full of gravel when they heard they were coming, and the students just worked so hard all day. And they just got to love on the animals and see a little bit of what it really is like there. And several of them have returned, and several of the sororities and just different groups are getting together and volunteer. And we would love for
Absolutely. I know it can be challenging sometimes to have volunteers because it takes some planning to make sure you can use them the best possible. And I know at Project Chimps, they tell me I can be challenging when I'm volunteering. But at the same time, it can be very rewarding, I think. Yes.
Absolutely. I encourage anybody to volunteer. It's really something I'd never done previously. And I just said, hey, let me try it out. Just didn't really take it too seriously. But now it's turned into a life-changing opportunity for me. And I get to help a lot of animals and keep the lights on while I do it. So it works out great.
Exactly. Yes. Volunteers are so important. And I'm so glad to have some other rescues and shelters and sanctuaries on quite frequently on our program so we can hear about the great work they do and how many people support them in so many ways. Now, you guys that are watching, we always ask for your money, and we're not going to stop doing that. I don't think that any of Adam's organizations will stop asking for money either, because it takes a lot of money to make it run. But don't forget, there are other ways to support, and you don't just have to support us. As Jeremy says in the notes, support anybody that's local to you. There are so many animal rescues in need. I know here in our area in Atlanta, some of them are just overrun with pets in need at the moment. So help wherever you can. And if you're up in Adam's area, maybe you can help him out. Yeah.
Absolutely. We would love anybody to come over there and help because there's so many different things we're able to have people doing while they're there. And we have a lot of off-site opportunities too with some events that we have coming up around town. And so we'll definitely be needing help with all sorts of things, even down to just social media and just bouncing some new ideas off, getting some new impressions and from some different perspectives of how we can improve what we do.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to repost anything any of us put out there because that just helps us get the word out. We appreciate it. Speaking of events, I understand that you guys will be having an event at our location this summer. Is that right?
Yes, we are very excited about that. On June 22nd, you guys were so generously offered to let us come out there, do an adoption event. We're going to be bringing some of our dogs from the shelter and
Oh,
volunteers. And we want anybody, if you want to come walk some trails over there with the dogs or just enjoy the sanctuary, it's a great opportunity to get to see the sanctuary, and the trails are absolutely incredible. You guys do such a good job taking care of them.
so we can borrow one of the dogs and go for a walk on the trails, huh?
You can borrow one of those dogs for the rest of your life if you'd like to. So, we'll put you through an application process and you can just make them part of your family.
Well, that sounds good too. Oh, but what a great idea to get those shelter dogs a little bit of exercise for the day and some loving. And hopefully in the end, at least some of them will end up with a new home.
So
Absolutely.
Do you bring any kitties that you can put on a harness and walk as well?
Well, we can certainly try. It's a little challenging, but let's talk about that a little more. Maybe.
So in terms of your shelter, like how many dogs do you have? How many cats do you have? What other animals do you get brought to you guys?
So right now, I believe we just got a bunch of intakes. I think we have 42 dogs currently in our custody. We have roughly 8 to 10 that usually are in our foster homes, because that's something else we're looking to develop. If someone's maybe not ready to adopt and they would like to foster, they can take a cat or a dog home and keep them until they're ultimately adopted. Or if, like me, they become a foster failure and end up keeping them, that's also okay too. And, our cats, thankfully, our cat adoptions have definitely increased to where our population has gone down below 25 now, which is very, very low for this time of year. But this is, of course, kitten season, and we're about to get a kitten bomb hitting over there. So we're going to have some events around town where we do some adoption events for them as well. So we're
nice. And how many chimpanzees do you all have ready for adoption?
We have 0, but thankfully I know some good people that let me come see some. So
well, that's good. Yeah, because we don't really recommend them for adoption. They're not as cuddly as a kitten. They're just
they are pretty adorable, but yes, definitely.
They are adorable from a distance, whereas cats and dogs are lovable from up close.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're very excited about that.
Being in the mountains, do you guys get any other type of animals in there, like somebody finds a hurt bird or turtles or turtles. I like turtles.
You get a lot of calls. I mean, there's people like, I've had my last shelter. Somebody tried to bring an injured possum up there before, a baby squirrel. And it gets kind of tricky because, of course, especially in the state of Georgia, when it comes to exotic species, as everyone here knows, that it's very tricky with some of that stuff. But you got some good-hearted people that are just kind of like, hey, don't tell somebody, but then they'll rehab them back. And then we have some wildlife rescues that we also can contact in those situations. We really try to get people we just kind of guide them to the right resources with those, because with our license, we can only have cats and dogs, but I'd rather have a whole farm. I'd rather have a little bit of everything over there.
Yes, I agree. That's lovely. Oh, well, Adam, now you said you've been out to the shelter a few times, out to our sanctuary, that is, a few times. Do you have a particular chimpanzee that you are particularly attracted to, enjoy, like to sponsor, just like to see when you're visiting?
I love all of them. It's so funny to me. When I first came out and started volunteering, I was like, how in the world can they tell every single one of them apart just instantly when they look at them? And it's really cool because when I follow you guys on Facebook, I get to see all these little details of them and just like how happy they look with these. And they all have these different expressions or these little unique characteristics about them. And I just think they're so amazing to watch. I talk about them at work a lot. I talk about when I've been out there and seen them when they throw coconuts out there and just how incredible it is, the way they interact with each other. Or the termite mound, how I just think that's the coolest thing, that they just establish their order and just everybody takes care of everybody, but in their order. And I wish I could spend a lot more time over there, because I always just get an amazing perspective when I'm there and watching them.
Agreed. Yes. Oh, it's wonderful. Yes. Well, I'm glad you like them so much. Now, do you know all the names of your dogs and cats at the shelter?
I tried to remember them. Lately, it's been kind of crazy. We are getting so many calls, but we're getting a lot of adoptions too. So it's just like I get to go and I just once in a while I tell them, I said, look, anybody that calls for me, I need 30 minutes, because I just go down the line and have to love on all of them and just remember, okay, this is the reason this is such a good thing, because business can be hectic. I'm just trying to keep everything going and taking care of the shelter, but they just make it so worth it just to be able to look at them and just be able to love on them every day. So. And I would be that idiot that tried to hug a chimp probably, but I listened to the rules when Catherine did the orientation and told me what could happen. So I'll be good. So
the problem with chimps is they'll hug you back.
Absolutely, with a lot of passion. So
now, Adam, do you guys post a lot of videos of the dogs on your website as well?
we post mostly on our Facebook page. We're actually in the process right now. We're just revitalizing our entire organization. So we're going to have a much larger digital footprint. We're doing some enhancements to our website, our Facebook. We have a lot of that stuff, as well as Safe Pet Project, who we partner with. They do a lot of live streaming of events that we just had one last weekend at Granddaddy Mims in Blairsville.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So they've live streamed on that. And so definitely, and we actually paused dog training based out of Blairsville. Ed Abel, the executive director, is on our board of directors now, but he's actually pioneered a training program for our staff. So our staff are becoming certified dog trainers so they can help with the behavior while the dogs are in the shelter, so they can do a good adoption and keep the dogs from being returned. So
we have a dog for you.
Oh, you do? Your dog.
No, for training, not to go.
Oh, okay.
No, the dog actually came from a shelter.
Yes.
Both dogs here.
Both of our dogs are shelter dogs.
Yeah, they're both rescued.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then somebody did ask in the comments, is Mountain Shelter a no-kill shelter?
Yes, Mountain Shelter is a no-kill shelter. So that's one thing that we get into a bit of a difficult situation being in such a small town, because we have such limited resources. But being a no-kill shelter, that's why we lean so hard on our partners, our foster homes, things like that, because unfortunately in the Atlanta area, I mean, there's times they have to euthanize 100, 200 at a time just for a space issue. So fortunately, we are in a position to where we have outlets now. We've established relationships where we can transport animals up north into northern United States, into areas that are probably more likely to be adopted once they've spent a really long time at our shelter. So we can constantly just try to keep our kennels open so we can help as they come in, because we have a big problem, unfortunately, going on with abandoned animals right now. Just dogs running down roads, constantly getting injured. So we just always try to keep our doors open to help everybody we possibly can.
Yes.
Those are always the videos that tug at my heart when I'm watching them on like Instagram and Facebook, where the dog is, somebody's just left it with a backpack tied up to a post. And it's like, why would you do that? I just don't understand that.
Yeah. And remember everybody out there, if you're not quite ready to adopt, fostering is a great way to help shelters. Yeah, because it's really a space issue. And if you can help by just fostering for a little while, what a difference. That's a good reason to come out to Project Chimps on June 22nd and see some of those dogs, test them out on the trails, see if you want to foster them for a little while, maybe for a long while, see what happens. Yeah,
absolutely.
Do you guys do like one of those weekend programs where you can pick up a dog for the weekend? I know like Lifeline here does.
That's definitely something that we're looking into as well. I've been trying to model some of the larger shelters situations with the foster program. We previously haven't done things like that, but given the critical nature that we're in right now with our population, it's definitely something we're considering. We just have to make sure, because being in an area we're in, we have a low population that lives here, but a lot of people that come and visit. So sometimes if someone did take a dog and then want to foster and they get way out of town, it just makes things a little tricky, because we always take our dogs back if it doesn't work out on adoptions. But we definitely want to try all outlets right now, just because it's good for the dog, because the longer they sit in the shelter, sometimes their anxiety gets the best of it, makes them even harder to adopt. But if you can show them in that home environment, it can make all the difference for sure.
Well, my anxiety gets the best of me all the time. So
I'm 24/7 over here. So
I'm right there with them.
That's why we don't foster bananas. They don't do
it well. Well,
because they go brown too quickly.
So here we can see Adam mentioned the termite mounds and seeing those at the sanctuary. And there's a picture of one right there. No, those are not real termite mounds. Those are artificial ones we made at Project Chimps, so that the chimps can demonstrate that behavior that they do in the wild, where they go fishing for termites, because they like to eat insects as well as fruits. Now, in our termite mounds, we do not have insects. What we do have instead is some wonderful little concoctions, like sometimes a peanut butter, sometimes some sort of nut paste mix, stuff like that, so that they can fish that out and enjoy it. It's a great way for them to get enrichment and be engaged, because I'm sure, Adam, just like with our chimps, I'm sure your dogs get really restless just hanging out in the shelter all day, and they need something to distract them.
Absolutely. It's such a big part. And that's something, promise I'm not stealing secrets, but when I was over there listening, and just the time I went to Chimp Retreat, I've been there twice over there. The one went through volunteer orientation, just the role of enrichment and the difference it makes, and just how just a little bit of that mental stimulation can really just change so much with them. And that's why it's so good too, to have this partnership we have with our new dog trainer, because the dogs do get all that enrichment. They get to do these different things. They just get to be a dog, and it makes it easier for them to get through the adjustment period when they do end up going home. So it's awesome.
Well, that's wonderful, Adam. We really appreciate the work you're doing. We know how important it is, because, it's so well related to the work that we do here at the sanctuary. Just making sure that animals that don't have anybody else to help them out have somebody that's looking out for them. So we really appreciate that.
He's got an event coming up.
Oh, yes. We mentioned the event you guys have with us, but I believe you guys have your own event coming too.
Yes, we do. In Blairsville, Georgia, up in North Georgia Mountains, we got an event on May 18th at the Union County Farmers Market, and we're going to be doing adoptions over there as well. We're going to be doing low-cost vaccines for your animals over there. We'll be servicing cats and dogs. We'll be doing microchips if you need it. We're going to have a bunch of our local vendors present, a couple food trucks, a little bit of music. We're going to have a big party out there. So that's May 18th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the benefits of all the fundraising portion will go to Mountain Shelter Humane Society, and everything will just be helping local business. And if you're just in town for that weekend, again, if you want to bring your pets into town with you and need a rabies shot or anything like that, just come see us on May 18th.
Absolutely. Now, I have my rabies shots all up to date, so I'm good. I do recommend that people get out just for a fun day with some dogs around, right? Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to go with any particular intention of adopting or fostering. Just go and see them and say hi and see what it's all about and have a nice day with them. Those dogs will just appreciate seeing a few extra humans for the day.
They love it.
And Jolene is microchipped, so
Yes.
we can find her.
Thank goodness, because
Perfect.
when I got lost in Canada looking for chimps, that was how they got me home.
I probably need to get microchipped too. I could get lost in a cul-de-sac, so it's definitely very important.
Yes. Well, I get a little confused sometimes. I am more spaced out than the words on a middle schooler's essay who's trying to make the page count. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You're not alone.
You got to keep a microchip on some of us these days. I appreciate it. Well, Adam, is there anything else you would like to share with our audience about Mountain Shelter Humane, or anything else?
Anybody listening, if you'd like to see how we're doing and our new upcoming events, just follow us on Facebook. We just would like to show everybody all the things that we have going on. We want to definitely thank Project Chimps for allowing us to come out there. The employees are so excited. I'm the only one over at Mountain Shelter that's seen the sanctuary before. So we're all so excited to come out and see you guys again. And we just really appreciate everybody's support. We just really want to encourage anybody to just always spay and neuter your pets. It's so, so important. All shelters are in a very difficult situation right now, and we're all just trying to make the best of it and help all the animals that we can. But anything you want to ever do, something kind, give back a little bit. If you'd like to donate just to animal shelter of your choice, or just spend a little bit of time volunteering, it makes a world of difference.
Yes. And one last question for you then. So can people drop into Mountain Shelter anytime and just check out what you got going on there and what dogs are available?
Yes, we're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to the public generally. But if someone has a little bit of a request, they need to come earlier or later, they can just call us up at the shelter at 706-781-3843, and we'll be happy to set up a time for you to come meet any cat or dog you'd maybe like to take home or just love on for a little while.
Yes, maybe just give them some attention and decide. Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, Adam, I'm so glad that you gave us some of your evening to come out and tell us a little bit about that and support Project Chimps back. We appreciate all of that.
Well,
thank you for being here.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you have a great night.
Oh, count on it. And I'll be looking forward to dog days at the sanctuary to meet some of those guys.
That sounds
right.
great. Looking
Thank
forward
you,
to it.
Adam.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye. Give him a
Bye.
big goodbye, everybody. Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Adam. Oh, well, you know what that means. Well, what it really means is it's time for an ad. Jeremy, have you got something for us? I understand Jeremy wants to talk about, with our chimps, unlike the dogs and cats, you can't take them home, you can't foster them, but there is one thing you can do that shows your love of a particular chimp. You can sponsor a chimp. Have you considered sponsoring a chimp? This is a fabulous way to help out. Maybe you would like to pick a chimp that has a similar birthday, or perhaps there's just one that has already caught your fancy. When you pick the chimp of your choice, you'll receive a photo and a bio, and you can choose one of these plushies that represents anything you might like for yourself or whoever you might want to sponsor the chimp for. Yes, that's right. So yeah, and don't worry if you don't know our chimps individually that well and you just want to sponsor, we have a personality test you can take online to help you decide which chimp closely aligns with you. So check out our donate page, learn how to sponsor a chimp. It's a wonderful way. You can do it monthly or annually. It's a great way. You get updates about your chimp, you get photos, and you just feel like you're helping on an individual basis, just like sponsoring a dog or cat from a shelter. You've got one particular chimp you're really helping out, and we love it. We appreciate it. I've sponsored 2 or 3 chimps. Yeah.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. I sponsored Noelle because she's my favorite. Yeah. And then later on, I sponsored Bo. Yeah, because Bo's my favorite chimp, so I sponsored him. Yeah. So pick one out. Check them out. Yeah, it's great. Okay, well, let's just make sure we've mentioned everything. So we mentioned our dog days coming up. We forgot to wish Adam a happy birthday. Everybody give a shout out. One more shout out to Adam for his happy birthday. It was his birthday today, so it was really kind of him to come on during his birthday. We mentioned Chimps Rock. We mentioned Discovery Days. And for those of you, happy birthday. Good job. Yay. For those of you that might want to be a little more involved, our annex is opening soon. Now, what that means, our annex is actually the area where the new habitat is going to be. We've got the fenced off yard area just about ready to go for chimps to use it. And that means more chimps get out every single day. We're going to have an official grand opening for that annex. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, we do ask that you do $1,000 donation or greater to be a part of our ribbon cutting ceremony. Check us out online or get in contact with us. We'd love to have you be a part of all that. Yes. Okay. Yay. Well, so that's everything that's going on that I know of. So I guess that means it is time for our second game of bingo. I'm not going to repeat the rules. If you've forgotten them already, that's on you. Yeah. Maybe you need a little less cocktail, or maybe you need a little more. I don't know. I don't know how many of you need more, how many of you need less. Probably 54% of you won't do the math on that. 56% of you can't do the math on that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's okay. It is late in the day, so I understand if you've gotten a little tired. And you know what? I've never understood, Ima. If you wait till the end of the day to do something, they tell you you're a procrastinator. But if you do it first thing in the morning, they tell you you're an alcoholic. I mean, I wish HR would make up its mind, don't you? My goodness. Okay. Well, let's give them a couple balls on the new game. Have you reset and gotten ready?
Yes.
All right.
Your first ball is G48.
G48. Okay, let's give them a couple more. We're just getting started.
Your next ball is B14.
B14. Let's give them another.
Your next ball is O74.
O74. Oh, Sarah gave a big happy birthday shout out. That's wonderful. Let's give them one more for Adam's birthday. Let's have one more out there.
Your next ball is B13.
B13. Okay, well, I just wanted to mention, as I said, some of you may have forgotten how to play bingo, and I understand this late at night. I get a little flustered by the end of the day, at my age. I was out today. I was out shopping for a while, and wouldn't you know it, I locked my coat hanger in the car. Thank God I had my keys. Okay, let's give him another ball, shall we?
Your next ball is 69.
Oh,
69.
69. Oh, 69. And one more.
And your next ball is G52.
G52. Okay, well, we have one more chimp birthday that we didn't mention in the first game, so I want to bring her up now, and that is Miss Jennifer. Miss Jennifer is also, oh, look how adorable. Oh, such a cutie. Such a cutie. That's Miss Jennifer. She's kind of got a pouty face there, doesn't she? Maybe she's not having a good day either. I don't know. Well, you know what it is? I know what that pout is about. Jennifer is a member of our Cool Girls Club in her habitat. Yes, among her members, she's part of the cool gang. So she has to be cool and have that pouty face. She probably makes that face every time she takes a selfie. Yeah, probably. And that's why that's the only picture she'd let us use, I suppose. Well, that's Miss Jennifer. Now, Jennifer's birthday is still coming up. It is on the 21st. On the 21st. Okay, so don't forget to give Jennifer a gift on the 21st. Oh, this one's unusual. It's not a birthday request we get a lot from a lot of the chimps. No. What Miss Jennifer would like is garlic. Ha! And you thought I was going to say juice. No, garlic. She likes garlic. Maybe a juicy garlic treat. I don't know, but I don't know. She just, I think it's the same thing as with the onions. I think some of the chimps just really enjoy a little Italian cooking. Yes. Or maybe they just like a really sharp flavor. Yeah, they like a little more flavor out of their food. Now, if you want to send them a gift, we've been mentioning it's on our Amazon wish list. You can find it on our page or on the wish list. Yes. So check it out. It gets shipped directly to the sanctuary.
Can they tell the difference between a regular onion and a Vidalia onion?
I mean, I don't know that they've actually made requests on that. Maybe they can, but they
should find out.
They should find out. I wonder how we would do that. We could try. We could try and figure that out. It'll be good. So let's give them a couple more balls, and then I will share a little more information about Miss Jennifer.
Your next ball is I-24.
I-24. I-24. Okay, so let's give them one more.
And your next ball is N41.
N41. Yes. Now, remember, everybody, we noticed with Dan that sometimes the bingos are not coming through to IMA when you have one. So besides pressing the I have bingo button, don't be afraid to put it in the comments for us, just in case it doesn't work again. Now, remember, we said it's getting glitchy, and that's why we're getting ready to remodel. I said that at the beginning of the game, but I want to share it again in case you haven't been paying attention. We will be remodeling. What that means is we'll be off for a month or two before we come back. We're going to find another platform different than the social bingo platform we've been using, because we want to find one that's properly supported, like my bra. Yeah. We need one that's going to help and make sure that we don't have these glitches. Now, we don't know if we're going to stick with the bingo format. We might try a trivia format for a while. We might try a Jenga format. We don't know. So just watch for that. But we will be getting back to you. We will be getting together again, and we will have prizes, not to worry. Because that's the best part. We'll be back. So keep it up. I'm so pleased with the followers we have. So don't run away. Come back to us. We're looking forward to it. And don't forget to share with your friends to join us as we come back too. There's going to be some new surprises. I might even buy a new dress. Maybe I'll get my hair done. Who can say? Okay. Well, let's get him another ball.
Your next ball is B5. B5.
B5.
Your next ball is 061.
061. 061. Well, there you go. Miss Jennifer looks a lot like you with the mole. Sounds like she's the right one to sponsor, I guess. Well, let me mention a little bit more about Jenny. She is a higher mid-ranking female. Yeah, so she's kind of in the middle, but towards the top of that group. She will jump in line with the boys at mealtime, and she's always part of the grooming sessions. Now, that's very important. Did you know that grooming is how they help figure out their hierarchical structure? Yes, that's what they tell me when I come to Project Chimps. Yeah, I thought it was just because they were dirty, but apparently it's part of their socializing. Yeah. To decide who's the best, apparently. Maybe that's how Jennifer must have a tease comb. That's how she got in the cool girls club. Yeah. Mhm.
And some hot rollers.
And some hot rollers, yeah. Now, oh, excuse me. She's a very active chimp, Miss Jennifer. Now, I mentioned she also likes to jump in when there's a good play session going on, especially if Jason is involved. I wonder what that's about. I don't know. She's also always one of the last to return from the habitat. Yeah, when she goes outside, she makes the most of it. So let's hear it from Miss Jennifer. And let's get another ball or two in her honor.
Your next ball is G53.
G53.
Followed by I18.
I18. Oh, well, now it is disappointing that we have to move away from social bingo because they're getting glitchy. But I have that problem with technology all of the time. I just struggle. Our television used to have like 8 remotes to get everything turned on properly. Then finally, one day, I got a universal remote, and I thought, well, this changes everything. Okay, well, let's go ahead and yes, it is. Let's go ahead and get another ball for him, shall we?
Your next ball is 067.
067. 067.
Follow one more.
Yes, of
Followed
course.
by G55.
G55. And by the way, even though we saw that particular picture of Jennifer where she was being the cool girl, it's actually really interesting that she has a very contagious smile. It is a trademarked open mouth grin. Oh, how adorable. Well, I thought it was a video, but it looks like either it's a little glitchy too, or it's just not a video. Maybe it's just not working. But nonetheless, that is a lovely picture of Miss Jenny once again. We love our chimps at Project Chimps. By the way, if you're just not getting enough chimp video, and how could you? How could you? You can go to our YouTube channel, our Project Chimps YouTube channel. There are hours and hours of wonderful videos, stuff about the chimps, just watching them do the fun things they do, or maybe it's watching the interesting stuff about inside Project Chimps, like meeting the guys from Brotherhood Designs, those firemen that were so wonderful, or our volunteers. There's just so much there and so much about the chimps. I enjoy rewatching some of those videos. They just make me laugh and smile every time. Do you have a favorite video?
I like Bananarama.
Oh, yes, you can find our Bananarama video too. Bananarama's coming up again, but not until October 4th. So come to some of those other events, and we'll tell you more about that when we get closer. It is a wonderful event, though. Yeah.
And that's like Amy in the big ball tub.
Oh, yes, when Amy mixes the balls for us in her own ball pit.
Yes.
That's wonderful. That's the one. Yes, that's the one. And she seems to be having so much fun at it too. Yeah, we love that one. So those are all on our YouTube channel. Check them all out. Let's give them a couple more balls. I think somebody's gonna be getting close. Yes.
Didn't the pancake boat have a ball pit?
It did. Give them a couple balls and we'll tell them about that.
Your next ball is B15.
B15.
Followed by I28.
I28. I28. Yes. So, but I must mention that when we were in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, really, because I was out looking for chimps again. Jane has really kind of taken over Africa, so I have to go to other parts of the world and look for chimps. We didn't find any in the Netherlands. No, we didn't. But while we were in Rotterdam, we did find the pancake boat. Yeah, we went on the boat, and you get to eat pancakes the whole time you're on there. And then later in the cruise, after everybody's had a bit, they opened up the ball pit downstairs and they put all the kids in it. And we kept hoping they were going to close it up then, but they let the kids back out, unfortunately. Yes. No chimps, lots of kids. But yeah, that was the pancake boat. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm going to be looking for chimps in Alaska next year. Watch for our fundraising cruise in Alaska to help us look for chimps. Chili Chimps coming up next June. Yeah, it's coming. You'll see some advertising for it very soon, I promise. I promise. Okay, well, let's give them a ball or two. Oh, we got a winner. Oh, look, there's the pancake boat. Oh, that's the one. Okay, well, we had a wonderful time there, but we have a winner. We have a winner. Who is our winner?
Our winner is Sarah Binkowitz.
Sarah! Well done, Sarah. Yeah, no, Sarah won a long time ago, so I'm glad you got another win in there, Sarah. That's wonderful. So we have our second winner, and what was that prize she won, Jeremy? We forgot to mention the prize at the beginning, but I know Jeremy has a picture. It is our fantastic bandana. It's really designed for your puppy dog to wear to show that he hikes on our chimp trails with chimps. But, if you want to put it on your backpack or around your wrist or wear it, jauntily on your head, you can do that too. Well done, Sarah. Well done, Dan. Well done to both of our winners tonight. Oh, what a lot of fun. Let's bring Mr. Jeremy back so he can give us a goodbye as well and mention anything we might have missed before we head out.
Here, you guys.
There he is. Hello, Mr. Jeremy.
And thank you so much for everybody being here. Congrats to the winners for sure. Please support Brotherhood Design. You can support them on Facebook. Go ahead and go like their page, of course. And then, of course, you can, follow the Mountain Shelter as well. Humane.
Yes, do follow.
Earlier. Happy birthday, Adam. And it's been great, you guys. It's been a great show. Hope you guys all had a great time. And congratulations to our winners.
Absolutely. Do you have a little fun something to take us out on, Jeremy? There he goes. He's muted again. He's got something coming. I know he does. He's always got something planned for us. Here it comes. Yes, we can't wait to see that new format either, Mandy. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, guys. Well, watch for us.
I do have one more thing.
Oh, yes.
Jolene.
Well done.
I can never see that enough times. That's why.
No, I love that one every time. Okay. Well, thank you all. We'll see you soon.
Bye,
Thanks for being
everybody.
loyal members. And don't worry, we'll be back to you in no time.
Yes.
Bye.